Happy spooky season, ladies and gentlemen. If you're anything like me and you play Clash of Clans, you absolutely adore the Halloween season. And if everything else is going terribly, your social life struggling, your classes are going poorly, there is one thing that can always get me back on track, and that is a good Halloween loading screen. When I boot up Clash of Clans in early October and see that bad boy come on the screen, you already know it's about to be a good month. But not all Halloween loading screens are created equally, as we're about to find out. So, without further ado, let's find out which Halloween loading screens are truly the best in the game. Starting off with 2012, this is just classic. It is just so nostalgic. It has that early Clash of Clans art style. Not everything's really proportioned right. It looks a little goofy, but oh man, like just that, the pumpkin head, the bats flying around. If there's anything that just tells you it's Halloween, it's like that October time, it's spooky season, it's that. Like you just see that and you're immediately like, oh my god, I'm so excited. What's going to be in store for me? And just because of that, it's got it going great. A lot of you were probably expecting this is going to end up at the very top, but surprisingly, even though this is very nostalgic and it is one of the best, it is not actually the best, and there are a lot of ones that I consider are better. So, for that reason, it is going in great, but we still have more yet to come. Speaking of more yet to come, we are going into 2013. 2013 was probably the best loading screen they've ever released in early Clash of Clans, in my opinion. Just look at that. Like, oh, you got pumpkins, it's dark, it's nighttime, you got the bats flying around. There's that kind of subtle green, poisonous tinge to it. Like, oh man, it just hits you so hard. And you just know, as soon as you boot that up, you're like, wow, that is just gorgeous looking. I am going to have so much fun playing. And 2013 was also an absolutely amazing time for Halloween fans because that was the first time they started doing all the extra shit with the obstacles. They started putting the decorated regular obstacles and they started making noise. And oh my god, it was just such a good time to be alive. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those obstacles saved because my 9-year-old self was an absolute dumbass and decided to remove them. But all that put aside, 2013 is just P-Clash. There is nothing more to say. It's just, look at that. It's gorgeous. Moving on to 2014. Honestly, this is kind of where it starts taking a turn for the worse to me. I feel like 2014, they didn't put as much effort in. You look at 2013 and you know it's Halloween. It's a good time. It's spooky season. And then you look at 2014 and it's just like, where is it? Like, where is that special feeling that I'm supposed to get when I log into the game? Like, I mean, sure, you got pumpkins on the heads. You still got, I don't think there are any bats. Okay, there are some in the background. The moon's out. It's still got a little bit less of that poisonous green tinge. It just looks like a regular night, which in my opinion kind of loses it a little bit of its luster. And for that reason, I think it's just kind of having to go into great. It's still a good loading screen. It's still good. It's still fun to open up to, but it just doesn't hit you as hard as 2013 does. Now, unfortunately, we have to skip 2015 because I could not find it. So, moving on to 2016, this is honestly the first one I'm going to put in mid. Honestly, like, it kind of suffers from the same ailments as 2014 does, where because there's not that much Halloween-specific imagery, like, I don't even see bats in here. I don't think I see a single pumpkin even. Like, I think the balloon might be in the background, but it just looks like it's nighttime. Like, I get it, it's a little spooky, but what gives? Like, this really just doesn't scream that, and for a special time of the year that's supposed to have a lot of extra stuff in store for the player, it just doesn't get you as excited. So honestly, this is the first one that is going to drop down into the mid category. Moving on to 2017. Now, this one is definitely better than 2016. I'm definitely giving it praise. You can definitely tell it's Halloween. You got pumpkins, you got the lightning, it's spooky, a lot more of that poisonous green tinge that I'm saying is really important for setting the atmosphere in all these frames. However, it just doesn't look like there's enough going on. Like, I mean, which makes sense. It's the first year the builder base got introduced, so they kind of had to make a builder base specific Halloween theme. But for how hard the builder base fell off as soon as it got released and how kind of terrible it still is, it kind of fits that the loading screen is also low-key bad. So, in my opinion, I said I was going to put it above 2016. Honestly, I just don't like the builder base, so sue me, I'm putting it in low-key bad, just because I'm not a huge fan of the builder base, and I'm not a huge fan of that whole aesthetic. Moving on to 2020, unfortunately, we have to skip 3 years again, but 2020 did it a little bit better. Honestly, it's just kind of bland. Like, you kind of got that green gas in the background, like, there's a pumpkin in there, so I guess it's Halloween. So, it just doesn't scream anything to me. Like, when I open the game and I'm expecting to see something fun, and I see that, it's just like, okay, it's just nighttime. Like, I'm logging on for a reason, Supercell. I want to see spooky stuff. I want to see pumpkins. I want to see bats. I want to see green. I want to see everything that would scream holiday season, and this just doesn't have it. It might even have too much going on now that I look at it, because it's just kind of bland. There's just so much, and it takes your eyes away from everything else. And with all that being said, you're just left distracted, and before you can really analyze the photo, you're already in the game. Like, it just doesn't really hit you hard. So honestly, I might even say Supercell, what the hell? This was honestly one of the worst ones. Like, they barely put any spooky imagery. They kind of did it themselves. Like, what are you doing? Moving on to 2021, we see a very drastic increase in the quality from this point on. Just taking a look at this scenery, all of a sudden you can tell there's a dichotomy between the two sides. Overall, I don't know. I feel like I just like the cloud structure a lot better, especially, even though 2020 had a similar one. The moon is still in the center, still very present and pale and very sickly looking. And overall, I think it just has a very nicely set atmosphere. I just think it's one of those that you just like looking at. Like, I would have this as a screensaver on my phone. I would have this as a background on my laptop. Like, this is just one of those that you like to look at, but honestly, it's nothing really special compared to the really great ones we've seen in this list. So I'm going to actually just put it in great, and mostly on the lower end. Moving on to 2022. Oh, wow, 2022. Like, what can I say? This is just another absolute peak Clash classic. Like, this season was also the one that got me back into Clash of Clans. Like, maybe I have a little bit of a soft spot for it, but man, just opening the game and seeing that jack-o'-lantern on the screen and knowing that that was going to be the obstacle that they were putting in, because I'm also a big collector. You guys should know that. Just knowing that that was going to be the obstacle they put in, that was so exciting. Like, just opening the game and you seeing A, the Royal Ghost, B, the Queen skin, B, the Halloween obstacle, and just overall that atmosphere, that mix of like that sickly purple and that pale poisonous green. Like, you're gonna hear me say poisonous green like a million times in this video, but like, I think this might be their best lock screen that they've ever released. Like, you know, just in terms of compositions, they follow the 2/3 rule. You know, there's a really good contrast between the land and the sky, and overall just masterpiece, I think. And I've actually had this as a screensaver on my laptop for a good period of time. So just because of that, it is going at the very top, best of the best, peak Clash. Moving on to 2023 Mashup Madness. Now, there were two loading screens for 2023. It was a regular one, and then there was Mashup Madness. I'm covering Mashup Madness first because, honestly, I think it's the better one out of the two. It has a lot more going on, but not in a bad, overcrowded way like 2020. I feel like it shows off all of the Halloween troops really effectively. I feel like it shows off the skins, too. It has a very cool tone to it. It has a very nice atmosphere, once again. But I don't think it just really compares. I think this one can probably just be great, and it doesn't need to be, because 2023 wasn't really even that great of a year. They introduced the Mashup Madness, and then the other seasons kind of just expanded on it, and it's just gotten better since then. But now, moving on to the regular 2023 loading screen, I think, honestly, this one just doesn't hit as well as the other one. Like, just kind of looking at it, I guess you have teasers for the new skins, and you have that Sour Elixir Cauldron that I have, by the way. I'm a collector. Oh, shut up, Nick. Honestly, overall, I think it is a pretty charming lock screen. And just because all of its accessories are very well placed, kind of in the center, I think it just conjoins into a very simplistic, yet very pleasing to look at lock screen. Nothing special, but nothing terrible either. Honestly, I'm putting this one in mid. 2024, honestly, this one just has too much going on. Like, if I had a problem with 2020, I think this one is just even worse. I think this might be the second what the hell Supercell. Like, I actually enjoyed 2024 as a Halloween season, but like, just opening the game to this and just knowing that it could have been something else and could have been something so much more was a little disappointing. So I guess, what can I say? I'm putting it in Supercell, what the hell? Like, come on, man. You had such a good opportunity, but it just looks cluttered. There's too much going on. It's too bright. Like, Halloween loading screens aren't supposed to be bright. They're supposed to be, like, partially lit and kind of dark, you know? They set the mood. They set the Halloween spooky season tone. And what the hell is this? This is the brightest one you guys have released. Like, come on. Now, 2025, where we're at currently, honestly, guys, I'm sorry, the Cosmic Season just isn't spooky for me, which it's a fucking cartoon game, I guess it really shouldn't, but, you know, it doesn't really fit the vibe that Halloween is supposed to give off. Like, the colors are all wrong, it's a little bit too cluttered, to be honest. I don't know, overall, it just doesn't really hit as hard. I would have really wanted to end the video off on a lot nicer of a ranking, but, like, this one is just low-key bad. Like, it's nowhere near Supercell What the Hell tier, because they still tried really hard, and it still looks decently visually pleasing, but it just doesn't compare to any of the ones that are even in the mid category, let alone the ones that are in great or, God forbid, peak Clash. Yeah, 2025 is going in low-key bad tier. So, that is the end of the video, guys. If any of you guys have any differing opinions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below what your tier list would have looked like. Please like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. That really helps the video perform and helps me out massively. I'm trying to grow my channel, and you guys are the ones doing it. So with that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace and happy Halloween.